What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Beam Big back at it again with a regular video. Uh, so about September-ish, I started reading One Piece, and I became a One Piece stan pretty fast. All right, and so I convinced after 100 days, I finished it. I caught up to the most recent chapter, chapter 1000, gang. Uh, and I convinced my friend to start reading it, but he didn't have time until New Year's Day.
Yeah, until New Year's.
Until New Year's Day. But he got through East Blue already, and now we're here making this video. We're gonna we're gonna go through the entire series as he's reading it. I've already read it, so it'll be somebody completely new and somebody kind of new. Cause I'm not a veteran, but I know what's going on now. I know the plot now. But yeah, so we're starting with East Blue today, and no place better to start than Romance Dawn. Luffy stabbing his fucking eye. That's how we get introduced to the story. Well, I guess actually before we get it, Gold Roger. That's how we start the story. Technically, that's how we start with. Story.
I mean, that's just like the. That's like really the classic thing, It's everybody knows, It's like I hid the One Piece. I hid the One Piece somewhere. Yeah. I had all my treasure,
I left it all in one place. Yeah.
Yeah, that sets up like the main goal.
Yeah, that's of,
the
series, motivation. Good. Like it's a good okay. We got a set goal.
Yeah. We have an end point.
Yeah. But we get introduced to Luffy, the main character, stabbing his own eye out.
Like frame one,
bro. Not even like 3 pages in, this man stabbed his eye, which is how he got that signature scar underneath, bro.
Bro, yeah, no, I before reading it, I thought he was just like, I thought he got that scar like doing something cool or something, But no, no, he just fucking stabs himself.
Not even like there's no build up to it or anything. It's just God in the eye.
It's literally, he's just like, I want to show you guys how tough I am, and then everybody's like egging him on. It's like, show us how tough you are.
You're built different. God, no.
Luffy, no.
So Luffy's upset because Shanks doesn't want to take him on his ship with him. Shanks being there. How long did it say how long he was there for? He was in Luffy's hometown.
Like a year.
Yeah, like around a year, months to a year.
Yeah, something like that.
So Luffy grew an attachment to him, and that's. But Shanks does not want to take him on his ship.
Yeah, Shanks is a responsible adult, not taking what was he like?
5.
How old was he?
I want to say he was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think he's 16 in prison.
I think he's 18 present. Actually. Or 17.
Yeah, something around there.
He's around that bar. I know he's older than 16. He's at least 17.
Okay.
But yeah. He Shanks is not an asshole.
Yeah, no, he's a good responsible adult, not taking an 8-year-old on a dangerous pirate journey. You know.
But so Luffy gets grumpy. And he starts anger eating, like relatable, #relatable. Turns out he ate the wrong fruit, and that's how we get introduced to his gum powers.
Right, he just found a devil fruit on the ship. And
they just left it on the table, cause it was Shanks was like, yeah, we were gonna sell this fruit, and he just left it in the.
Where's the fruit?
Hey, Luffy, did you just take a bite of the fruit that was on the table? And Luffy was like, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, that thing didn't taste very good.
Yeah, it was kind of gross. It was like, Luffy, you dimmy dumbass. You dynamic dumbass.
Well, now you can't swim.
Yeah, now you can't.
He couldn't swim before.
He couldn't swim before, but he was going to learn, he said.
Yeah, he was going to learn.
But now it doesn't matter.
Shut on that. So from there,
some guys walk in the bar, and they're being rude as fuck.
Oh yeah.
And they spill like the last drink all over Shanks, and Luffy's like, "Be his ass, cause I know you can." And Shanks is like, "Nah, we just laugh it off." Like, and Luffy gets upset because he's like, "I respected you, like I looked up to you, and you're not gonna you got disrespected like that, and you're just gonna take that shit."
Yeah. So
like,
Luffy just.
We don't beat somebody up over just a little bar, like it's not a big deal.
Over something that that trivial, I guess.
So Luffy storms off. He gets caught by the motherfucker who who was wished like who
Yeah, it was disrespectful.
Yeah, who was disrespectful.
The mountain bandits.
They were mountain bandits, and then so they take Luffy hostage, and the whole village gets shaken up. And Shanks goes to help.
Yeah. What's? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, yeah, he also mentions that he has a bounty of like 8 million berries, right?
Oh, I don't remember that. Does he?
Yeah, he mentions that he has a bounty of like 8 million berries, and so that's like a good kind of introduction to the bounty system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of a small bounty. Shanks, what you?
Well, that was the mountain bandits.
Oh, the mountain bandits. Oh,
yeah, not Shanks.
Yeah.
Shanks never.
It's probably way higher.
Revealed.
100% is way higher.
Oh yeah.
But so he's like, duh, don't play with us. Give us all your food or whatever. The mountain bandits are being rude as fuck. And then, so they start pointing gun at people. They're pointing gun at Shanks, and Shanks goes, you don't threaten somebody with a gun. And then his first mate, it's not his first mate. One of his crewmates shoots the guy in the face.
Yeah.
And he goes, guns are for action. And then, so his whole crew beats up the mountain bandits, and the main mountain bandit takes Luffy and gets the fuck out of there in the middle of that commotion.
Yeah.
And he escapes by boat. But
whoever would expect the mountain bandit to be in a boat?
Yeah, that was. That was his motivation.
That was his
They'll never catch me on the water.
Yeah, this escape from pirates.
This escape from pirates on this dinky ass little rowboat.
little rowboat.
And so, but then he gets clapped by a sea monster because the waters do be dangerous though.
Oh yeah. the local sea monster.
The local sea monster that's like 30 meters at least. Like that boy was long. That boy is big.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, and so he gets clapped by that, and Luffy not being able to swim anymore, not physically getting weakened by water at this point because of the gum fruit, is now drowning, and the sea monster's coming after his ass. But Shanks saves his ass, just gives the monster a look. He just looks at him.
He looks at the monster.
He looks at him the wrong way, and the monster's like, I need to get out of here.
I ain't messing with that.
Yeah. But it turns out he had to sacrifice his arm in order to save Luffy.
Yeah, sea monster took his arm.
Luffy crying, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Hey man, that's just an arm.
Your life is
more important. Is what yeah. And he just cements Shanks as an actual badass.
Yeah, actual badass, actual homie.
Actual homie. And now they're leaving. We skip to a few weeks later, probably. I don't remember how long they stayed after that, but now Shanks is gonna go. They're gonna go back out to sea because they got a One Piece to find, I guess.
I guess I don't know what Shanks is doing actually.
Yeah. Who knows what he's even doing there? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
But before he goes, he says, "Hey Luffy, I know one day you'll be a great pirate. Here's my hat. Return it to me when we meet on the seas."
Yep.
And that's Luffy's. Other than the One Piece, that's his big motivation. Shanks is his actual inspiration for going out to sea. Luffy isn't really motivated by the One Piece, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's like he wants it.
100%.
But he's not.
He's gonna get it, but he's not. He's
mostly just doing it for the fun of it.
Yeah,
too.
He's just like, pirates, man. They get to live free. They get to be free. That's basically his motivation.
Yeah, they get to be free. They get to have fun.
Yeah. So we cut to 16, not even 12 years later. 10. Luffy's
10,
18,
12 years later.
Now. I don't remember the age.
Yeah.
He's heading out on a little rowboat too. It's not even it's a raft. He built himself a raft.
Yeah.
And he meets up with that sea monster again. He says, "Hey, I'm ready for you this time." Hits him with the first gum pistol of the story.
Pow!
Pow! Right in the pow! And then that's
right in the cheek.
That's the end of that chapter.
Yeah, that's the end of chapter 1.
That's the end of chapter 1. We cut into the next chapter. We meet Kobe, the coward. Working as a shipmate. We don't know where Luffy is quite yet, but they find a barrel. They find a barrel. Hey, look,
Oh.
booze.
Oh yeah, no, because
Booze.
we start off the next chapter. Luffy's getting sucked into a
What
whirlpool.
are we getting sucked into a whirlpool? Because he left to go to sea on a raft.
Did he even bring in like an oar?
No,
I don't know
think
if he
so.
even brought like a
This
steering
man can't
device.
swim, so he brought a barrel with food in it, I presume.
Yeah.
But
He's not that dumb.
he gets caught up in a whirlpool, jumps in the barrel, falls asleep. He takes a nap in that barrel, not
He takes a
even
nap.
worried about it. Dude.
You know, he's getting sucked into the whirlpool, and he's just like, I guess the seas are unpredictable.
I guess the seas do be unpredictable, though. What can you do?
Bro, what can you do?
The Alvida pirates. What are they called? Do they have a name? Do they have like a proper?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I just remember, Iron Band, Iron Mace Alvida.
Iron Man
Something.
Alvida.
I just
Her
remember
crew
the
finds
name.
him. They pull it up because they think it's a barrel of booze or something.
Yeah.
And then Luffy pops out. Man, that was a good nap. Kobe's like, what the fuck is going on?
What's going on?
Kobe's like, they're gonna kill you, man. He's like, I'm built different. It's alright. I'm gonna be the Pirate King. And Kobe's like, you're a dumbass. The odds are so stacked against you. And he's like, and then he hits Kobe. He hits Kobe like 3 times, actually. He hit Kobe a few times.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
He punched Kobe.
He's like, Kobe, you're a coward. And then Kobe's like, man, this guy just lives by his own toot. So Alvida,
kind of like that.
Alvida, the first, I guess other than the Mountain Bandit, she's kind of the first antagonist.
Yeah, she's not much of an antagonist, I wouldn't say.
So her motto is, who's the most beautiful pirate on the sea?
And it's her.
All and her crew has to answer that it's her. But Kobe, after meeting Luffy, and getting hit by him a few times, Luffy's like, I'm gonna be the Pirate King, and he sees his resolve. He goes, "You're the ugliest pirate on the sea." And then Luffy one-shots Alvida. Like Luffy, it's not even a fight.
He just punches her.
Luffy punches her once, and she flies off the ship somewhere far away. And then so Luffy and Kobe take another raft. It's not a raft this time. It's like an actual rowboat.
Yeah, they stole little.
It's a little sailboat. It's a little sailboat.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it is a little sailboat.
And they head to the nearest town that had a marine base located on it. And this is where we get the introduction of Roronoa Zoro, or as the Shonen Jump Viz Media translation likes to call him, Roronoa Zolo.
Zolo.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm still not used to that.
No,
100,
it's so
100 chapters,
100 chapters in, we're like,
it's just
1,000 chapters in, I'm not used to it.
It's not right.
It's not right. It is not right. So we come up to this town.
Yeah, you gotta deal with it.
Luffy's like, "Where's Roronoa Zoro?" Everybody starts hiding away from him because he's a criminal, right? Of course they would.
Yeah.
But Luffy also goes,
and Captain Morgan.
He also Kobe goes, "Oh, where's Captain Morgan at?" And everybody also gets scared at hearing his name. So there's something off right off the bat when we get to I forget the town. I forget what
I can't remember either.
Marine Town, I'm gonna call it because I don't remember the name. So there's something off, right? People are scared of Roronoa Zoro, which makes sense, but people are also scared of Captain Morgan. And so Luffy's like, all right, we're going straight to Zoro. We're about to go straight to Zoro. And Kobe's like, no. He's like, you don't know him. What if he's a killer? He's like, I don't know. I'm just gonna ask him to join my crew.
We're like, he's like, I gotta have him on my crew.
Yeah, I gotta have him on my crew. I need crew members to be a pirate. And so they go and they witness a little girl bringing food to Zoro. And then this is where we get introduced to Helmeppo. The Chad himself, Helmeppo.
Yeah.
And he's like, toss that little girl over the wall. He's dead ass. Throw the child over the wall.
Yeah, throw the child over the wall, bro. The soldiers are just like, but she's just a child, bro.
He's like, nah, bro. She's helping a criminal? That makes her a criminal too. And then Soldier's like, oh my god. And then so he throws her. Luffy catches her, and then Helmeppo leaves whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, after making a promise to Zoro to free him if he lasts a month without food or something.
Yeah, we learned that they had previously made a promise. That's the reason Zoro showed up.
Oh, right.
Zoro's got like a few days to go. Helmut was like, you only got a few days to go. No eating. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Zoro's like, of course. And then Luffy goes in there, hey, join my pirate crew. And Zoro's like, no. What? Who are you?
Yeah, he's a pirate hunter.
He is a pirate hunter. And he's like, no. And then Luffy's like, nah, join my pirate crew. And he's like, just get out of here, dude.
Bro, get out.
Get out.
You don't want
it. But before you leave, because Helmeppo had thrown the rice balls that the girl had made on the ground. So, and Zoro was like, hey, pick that up to me, give it to me. And Luffy was like, you sure you want to eat this? And he's like, it's delicious.
Yeah.
And this is where we learn, Zoro's not a bad guy. This is where we learn, like, he's not a monster like people.
Yeah, like people have been painting him out to be.
So we go to a bar next. We find out Helmeppo is not going to keep his word. He's just going to kill Zoro anyways. So Luffy's like, well, I guess I gotta rush the marine base. And Kobe's like, that sounds like the worst idea I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Well, he threatens Helmut. He punches Helmut, right? I think before that, but whatever.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I'm going into the marine base. So he just gums up to the marine base, stretches up onto the roof, yeets himself.
Yeah. All the while, Captain Morgan is setting up a statue of himself. He's setting up a statue of himself. That they finally stand it up on top of the base. Luffy rockets himself, pulls that thing over, and breaks
it right. And now he just made an enemy of Captain Morgan, who
is Captain Morgan. He's the best.
How do we describe Captain Morgan? He's not even he's almost less deep than Alvida, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's not very. He's literally, his whole thing is just he's
a tough guy.
Well, it's like he's so full of himself, you know. He's like I'm the best, you know.
Yeah. He's so full of himself. He modified his own arm to be an axe.
I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah,
but.
He just has an axe a metal grill on his chin, like a metal chin.
Oh, yeah, to hide his butt chin, bro.
Because hide his butt chin.
Hide his butt chin.
And so Luffy rockets up there. He's like, Zoro. Oh yeah, he told Zoro, hey man. Oh no, he hasn't told him yet. But he goes to find his sword. He finds Helmeppo. He goes to find his swords. He takes him to Zoro. Zoro's like, what's up? He's like, yo, Helmeppo never meant to keep his word. He's gonna kill you. And Zoro's like,
yeah,
damn, that's crazy. And then they all shoot at Luffy, and this is where we find out bullets don't have any effect on Luffy. Because he's a rubber man, and bullets in this period are just metal balls, like actually just metal balls.
Yeah, they're not pointed, so they're
not pointed like the bullets in the modern era.
Yeah.
So they just bounce right off of him and get shot back to the returner. So Zoro's like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
Bet, alright, these guys weren't keeping their word. Alright, I don't have any reason to stop now. You've already angered them anyways. They're gonna take their anger out on the village if we don't stop them.
Yeah.
So Zoro gets off his rope after not eating for nearly a month. He just one-shots Captain Morgan, doesn't he?
Yeah, literally one panel, just one-shots him.
Not even he only used one sword on him, didn't he? Or did he? No, he used 3 sword style.
Yeah, he did the onigiri.
Yeah, he did his
signature move.
Yeah, which is an introduction of he is a badass.
Oh yeah, I mean, we had the rumors before, you know, how he's such a demon. You know,
he's a bounty hunter. He takes out high bounty pirates, and he can talk with the sword in his mouth. You know, Dressor style. And he can talk.
That's something. That's something right there. Oh yeah, we get his backstory before that even.
Yeah. I wanted to save that for its own thing.
That's fair.
Yeah, I wanted to get through the story stuff before we talk about his backstory.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, after he defeats Captain Morgan, okay, Helmeppo. What happens to him? Helmeppo just vibes after that. He's just like, I won't do bad stuff anymore. I promise.
Yeah. He gets like he gets recruited into the
Marines.
Navy. Yeah, into the Marines, and
Yeah.
is like starting as like a chore boy.
They say the 4Kids dub. In the 4Kids dub, they do call them the Navy.
I thought it was the Navy.
No, it's the Marines. I don't know why it's the Marines. It doesn't really like. Does it?
Huh.
Whatever. It is Marines.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Oh yeah, and Kobe. Yeah.
Kobe gets recruited. Okay, so here's this.
Kobe's
Kobe
whole
was,
dream.
Yeah, Kobe's whole dream was to become. I can't believe we didn't talk about this in his dream.
we
We completely forgot his dreams. He wants to become a high-ranking Marine and help people. He wants to help the innocent. Now he's seen both sides of the coins. He's seen that pirates can be good and Marines can be bad, which is going to be a recurring theme throughout One Piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not always
Very
black and white. But he's scared because he was on a pirate crew for a long time. He was on Alvida's crew.
Yeah, he was on a
for a
pretty
while.
bad pirate crew, kind of being
At least-
abused.
Yeah, within the East Blue.
Yeah.
Luffy, in order to help Kobe, pretends not to be his friend in front of the Marines, so that the Marines will take him and recruit him. And so they recruit him and they recruit Helmeppo, and Luffy and Zoro say their farewells.
Yep.
To the
Yep.
town.
And they
And they
take
go
off.
off on that same sailboat.
Yeah, same sailboat.
But yeah, okay. Here, Zoro's backstory. It's okay.
it's
passable.
something.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
it. I
it's-
like it. We'll get. I kind of want to talk about it more once we get to Loketown. It becomes a little more relevant with that character that gets introduced in that.
Right.
But basically, as a kid, he had a rival, and this rival was a girl named I don't remember her name. I should have written this down somewhere. Anyways, Zoro could never beat her.
Yeah.
Zoro could never beat her in a fight. But then one day she's like, Zoro, you're a guy. She's basically sexist.
Yeah, she's yeah, basically she's like, a girl can never do something.
can never be as good as a guy. And
Yeah.
and then Zoro's like, how can you say that after you've beaten me?
After you've beaten me
300
like
times.
Yeah, so many times.
Yeah. She dies the next day.
Yeah.
The backstory. She dies.
She literally dies that
She
next
literally
day.
dies the next day. In the manga, it says she falls down the stairs. I don't remember what
Falls down the stairs.
I know in the anime it says something different, but but it's just like there's no arc there. There's
not much. He's just like their dream is both to be like the best swordsman in the world,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so he kind of takes it upon himself to fulfill her dream for her, which I like.
And so after Luffy saves him, he's like, you're a pirate? What do you want to do? He's like, I want to be the best pirate. And then Zoro's like, I want to be the best swordsman. And like Luffy's like, yeah, I need somebody with big dreams to be on my pirate crew.
Yeah.
And then they both set off, and they both don't know how to sail, so they're just sort of drifting.
Yeah, they both set off, and then none of them know how to navigate.
I'm pretty sure they ran out of food, and they were just chilling.
Yeah, they ran out of food. They set off completely unprepared.
Yeah.
They didn't have food. They didn't have any type of navigation. They just kind of set their sail in a direction
and went.
And went.
And so Luffy sees the giant bird in the sky and says, "Okay, I know what we're eating today." and he gum-gums himself up like Gum Rocket up to the bird. The bird catches it. The bird catches him in his mouth.
Yeah.
And Zoro's like, "What?"
Yeah, Zoro's like, wait a minute. I need him.
I need him. And he starts rowing as fast as he can.
That's one thing I love about this manga. Is just the comedy is so good.
It's so perfect, dude. It's so
the style lends itself to such great moments.
Yeah, such great moments. So Luffy gets taken off. We get introduced to Nami around the same time. she pretends to be starving on a ship, so these guys come up to her, and she's like, just give me water and food, and I'll give you everything in this chest. And they're like, oh, cool, well, let's check out this chest. And they get on her ship, and then she takes their ships and dips.
Yeah.
And so now Nami's being chased. They stop at Orangetown. I remember. See, I wrote down this name.
Okay. There's a lot of towns.
There is a lot of places. So they stop in Orangetown. Nami's being chased by those two guys. Luffy drops in, like literally drops in.
Yeah, the bird just drops him. He punched it. He punched the bird or something.
He punched
like
the bird
that,
or
right?
something. He falls in between Nami and the two pirates. Nami goes, "Oh hey, Captain."
Yeah.
And then she runs away, and the guys are like, "Oh, so you're her captain?" And Luffy's like, "I don't know what's going on here."
I don't know her.
But whatever. And then he beats them in like 2 panels, 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, man. We've established Luffy's pretty strong. at this
like
point.
Luffy's pretty strong. He hasn't really lost yet. Like nothing he's done up to this point has been a challenge to him.
Yeah, no. Yeah, like even fighting Captain Morgan, he just
it was nothing.
They dodged around each other.
Yeah. And so Nami comes back. Hey, you're pretty strong. These guys were after me because I did something. You wanna come help me? And she ties him up and takes him takes her to Captain Buggy, and
Right.
we get the most. Probably, it's a really good ass introduction to Captain Buggy. Somebody accidentally said, he didn't actually say it. So Buggy. Where did
Yeah,
I start with
Buggy.
He's got a
Buggy.
big ass nose, but don't say that around him because he will snap on you.
He's very insecure about his nose.
Yeah, even though he painted his whole identity off of his nose, probably just to hide the fact that he's insecure about it. But he's the clown pirate.
Yeah.
And
Buggy the Clown.
And one of his Buggy the Clown, the best character in East Blue. But not the best character in all of One Piece. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Right.
So we get a cool ass introduction where one of his crew says something and he's like, "Oh, you said something about my nose," and then he picks him up from a distance. Like it looks like he's force choking him. He looks like he's using the force.
Yeah.
And we don't really know what this is about yet. But Nami brings Luffy to Buggy, and she's like, "This is my captain, but I decided I don't like him because she's a pathological liar.
Yeah.
She's got no qualms about lying about this kind of stuff.
No. She lies a lot.
She wouldn't have done this. Luffy told her that he was a pirate, and that's the reason she does this.
Yeah, because
she's not heartless. She just doesn't like pirates.
Yeah, she doesn't like pirates.
She only steals her pirates is her motto. So she brings Luffy. She's like, "Hey, I don't like this guy. Let me join your crew. Here's your map that I stole back, but it was my captain's fault." And so they lock Luffy up in a cage. Nami's pretending to be. Pretending so she can steal more stuff because they have a map leading to the Grand Line, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
And so Buggy's like, "All right, we're about to pull out the buggy ball, boys."
The boogie ball.
Pull out the buggy ball. And goddamn, he levels half the town.
like he levels like a few blocks.
He levels a few. It was because it's just a cannonball. But in a straight line, he levels like at least to the sea. I think it reaches.
Yeah, he levels like the street.
The whole street, like all those buildings gone. Luckily, the town's evacuated at this point, right? Because there's nobody there. Like they're all hiding somewhere, I believe.
Oh yeah. Because they know Buggy's there, and they're like, "We're getting out."
Yeah, we're getting out of here. So Buggy's like, "I'm about to use this on you," and Luffy's like, and how am I gonna get myself out of this situation? And then Buggy's like, "Nami, you do the honors. Prove your loyalty to me.
Kill this man."
And Nami's sure, because Luffy hasn't done anything wrong yet. Luffy actually has helped her up to this point.
Yeah, he's only helped her up to this point.
But she doesn't like him because he's a pirate. But so far he hasn't shown any pirate qualities in the way pirates act. He hasn't acted like a pirate up to this point. So she's having this moral conflict, and she decides to help him out at the last minute and flips the buggy cannon over. And it shoots backwards.
Yeah. She fires back on the ship, or they're just on like a building at that point.
They're just vibing on a building. At this point, Buggy's like, "All right, I'm gonna kill both of you guys." And Zorro makes his appearance, cuts Buggy in half, and we're like, "Yeah, Zorro, yeah, you're a badass." Buggy gets back up. Buggy is built different.
Yeah, Buggy puts himself back together.
He puts himself back together. Turns out this man ate the chop fruit.
The chop devil fruit.
Yeah. And so he can't be cut by blades. So he's sort of the opposite of Luffy in that regard. He's sort of a foil of Luffy. Cause,
he is, yeah.
He's able to be hit by like punches. He's more...
Yeah, he can take physical attacks, just like slicing.
He
basically does nothing to him.
Yeah, because he can pop off his body parts as well. And they can
Mm-hmm.
fly for some reason. I don't know.
To be fun.
To be fun, yeah. And so Buggy's like, yeah, I'm built different, and he stabs Zoro on his chest or something. Zoro takes a stomach.
Yeah, he stabs him like through the kidney.
Yeah. And so, but Zoro, built different, through the kidney, picks up the cage Luffy was in.
Yeah, while his intestines are like falling out.
Yeah. And they get out of there. And then Nami's like, "Who are these people?"
He's like, "Oh."
They run away. Nami grabbed the key because she's a master thief. They run down the street. They run. They're in front of a pet shop, which is important for a little bit.
Yeah.
And Luffy's like, "All right, open the key," and then a dog eats the key.
Yeah. She drops the key, and then the dog is just like, tasty.
Frame one. And Luffy's like, "Give me the key back." They're all like, "What just happened?"
It's just like, we need that.
Yeah, and so Buggy sends his second and third in command, like his top two men. After I don't even remember, we got the animal tamer.
Yeah, we got the animal tamer, and we got
the ballet. Is he like a dancer?
Oh yeah, was he like an acrobat or something?
Yeah, he's like an acrobat or something. So Luffy's stuck in a cage. I forget how he gets out of the cage actually.
Let's see. How does he get out of the cage? I've got the manga pulled up here.
Oh man, unprofessional. We're unprofessional.
I know. We're we're not exactly
growing pains. Be like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the lion tamer shows up. Oh, and the lion just breaks the cage.
Oh, right. The lion just claps the cage, and then so Luffy gets out.
The lion, Richie, bro.
The lion starts clapping the pet shop. On accident, I think.
Yeah.
It was just collateral. It was collateral. But the dog is like, the dog was like, nah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, the dog stands up to this lion.
He squares up on the lion. Of course, he's gonna get his ass beat. And Luffy's like, man, I gotta help this dog out. And then Luffy beats the animal tamer, and he beats the lion, beats the animal tamer. The building, I think the building catches on fire at some point.
Yeah.
And Luffy gets the pet food and he puts it in front of the dog, and we find out. Luffy doesn't find this out actually. Nami is told this by the caretaker of the dog. The owner
I think
died.
he's the mayor.
The mayor of the town, right?
Yeah, the mayor of the town.
The owner of the pet shop died, and the dog is loyal to him, so he stays guarding that pet shop at all times. Classic. That one Japanese story I don't remember.
Hachiko.
Hachiko.
That's its name.
My bad.
Yeah, because his master like left the shop and saying like
hey, guard this.
Yeah, hey, keep the shop safe while I'm gone, and then he died at the hospital.
Yeah, he doesn't come back.
Yeah.
The same thing happens, except I think he dies to like a buggy attack. I don't remember how he dies.
I don't know. He was sick or something.
Yeah. But the dog stays there, and Luffy's like, "Hey, man, you gotta let this shop go, bro. Your owner's gone, and that's sad, but it's all right." And then at this point, Nami's like, "Who is this guy? Like,
Yeah.
he is not a pirate. He is not.
He's not like any pirate I've seen.
Yeah,
bro.
he's not like any pirate I've met." And so Luffy finds out, and so Luffy finally squares up against Buggy the Clown. Zoro claps the other guy. I don't really care that much about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not like Luffy. Zoro's still hurt, but he's still built different, so it doesn't matter. Zoro gets hurt a lot in East Blue. We'll get.
Zoro does. Zoro gets just messed up.
Messed up, bro. Luffy squares up against Buggy the Clown. It's a pretty fun fight. You have that point where Buggy's chasing after Nami and Luffy hits him in the balls.
Oh yeah, he splits off his torso somehow. Yeah, something happens to split off Buggy's torso, so he's chasing Nami.
Yeah, he's chasing Nami.
And then Luffy finds his lower body just sitting there.
Right in the bells.
Like, perfect opportunity.
Yeah, Luffy's got no remorse. And Buggy, we find out because Buggy's like, that hat pisses me off. It reminds me of an old friend I had.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Luffy's like, this used to be Shanks' hat. And he's like, I fucking knew it. Shanks is the reason I ate the devil fruit in the first place. So we have a flashback where they find, where the old crew they were on finds the devil fruit. And they weren't going to do anything with it, but they could sell it for a pretty high price. But the captain said, hey, you can eat it if you want to eat it. It's no skin off my back. Like, we can sell it, but if you got the balls to eat it, go ahead and eat it. And then Buggy, being the greedy motherfucker that he is, says, I'm going to pretend to eat it. I'm going to eat a fake fruit. He ate a fake fruit in front of everyone.
Yeah, he made a fake one.
And nothing happened. And he was like, I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell this and make so much money for myself. And then
Shanks
walks
pops up behind him.
What's up, man? What you doing? He hides it in his mouth.
He shoves it in his mouth to try and hide it.
Shanks pats him on the back like, hey, what's good, man? You want to go drink or something? And then he accidentally swallows.
Yeah, no, he convinces Shank to leave, and then he's like, then Shanks comes back around.
Yeah.
He's like, and then he swallows
it, and then he falls in the ocean, and he can't swim, and Shanks saves him. And he's like, yeah, Shanks is the reason why I ate the devil fruit. He ruined my life. And Luffy was like, it sounds to me like he saved your life.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're on about. And Buggy's like, whatever, I hate Shanks, and so I'm gonna kick your ass. And he throws knives through his hat, and he cuts his hat up. He puts 3 holes in his hat, and Luffy gets so mad at him.
And Luffy does not not take kindly to that.
Luffy's like, don't touch my hat. Like Luffy, he says, this is my treasure. That's Luffy's treasure. He says this. This is this is the only thing I need. Like, this is the most important thing to me. And I won't let anybody else touch it. And so he claps Buggy, and Nami's like, I can fix your hat. And Luffy's like, hey, join my crew. Come on, we need a navigator. We're just drifting right now. Like,
don't forget. They tied up like some of Buggy's body parts, and then sent Buggy to God knows where.
Yeah, they sent him flying. Luffy
sent him flying.
And we'll come back onto this in the in a little bit.
That's actually important.
That's actually important. But then so the village gives them rations or something. I'm pretty sure the village gives them something. Oh no! Oh, here's what happened. So the mayor's like, you saved the village, but other people, Luffy's still a pirate, and so all the people get mad at him.
Yeah.
And the Luffy's like, hey, let's get out of here, because he doesn't care. He saved the day already. He doesn't need praise.
Yeah.
And that's another thing about Luffy that I like so much. He doesn't care what anybody else thinks about him.
No.
He's not caught up in the glory. He's in it for the fun.
Yeah, exactly. He's just, as long as he's having fun, as long as he and his friends are happy and safe, he's good.
And so we flow into the next arc. Now they got a navigator, so they navigate to a town called Syrup Village. I don't remember why they go there. There's got Was there a reason? I think they were just going from town to town at this point.
Yeah, I think.
Luffy needed more crew members before he wanted to take on the Grand Line.
Yeah.
Oh, specifically a musician. This is a running joke.
Oh, yeah. he's like, all right, we got a swordsman, or we got a swordsman. We got a navigator. What else do we need?
Musician. For
Yeah.
everyone.
Nami's bringing up like, we need a cook. We need a. We need a cook. We need a doctor. We
need a guy who can repair the ship.
When
we get a ship, we don't even have a ship. We need a ship.
We need a bigger ship. And Luffy's just like, we need a musician.
We need a musician time, baby.
Because pirates sing, you know.
Yeah.
Pirates sing shanties, you know.
Yeah, they do.
You need a musician for that. So they ended up on the next island.
Yeah, on the next island, Syrup Village, and they run into Usopp the Liar. And we get introduced to Usopp telling telltales to the town that pirates showed up. But nope, they didn't show up.
He's like, it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
Like he's running through the town, being like, pirates are here. You know, it's like they're coming from the east. They're about to invade.
And then he's just, I'm joshing y'all. Y'all believe that?
I'm fucking with you.
Come on, man. And then pirates actually show up in Luffy. I'm remembering a 4Kids clip.
Yeah.
But there's a part on the beach where Usopp pulls a slingshot on Luffy on the beach. In the 4Kids dub, Luffy goes, "Are you a gambling man, Usopp? Are you a gambling man? Hey, tell me, are you a gambling man?" And I don't know why they said that, because that sounds like something they wouldn't allow. Why would they bring up gambling in the 4Kids? Whatever.
Fair.
Whatever. Usopp decides not to shoot him because he's a coward. This is very personified. But he ends up taking them into town because, I don't know. And then Luffy's like, "Hey, I know your dad." Because turns out.
Oh yeah, it's Usopp's dad is on.
Is Shanks' first
on
mate.
Shanks' crew. Yeah.
He's the sniper. Yasopp. Yeah. He's a sniper. That's why Usopp is a sniper. Except Usopp doesn't use actual guns.
He's a slingshot.
But he's a god at the slingshot.
He is a god at the slingshot.
He's built different on slingshot, man. Don't sleep on him just because he got a slingshot.
Oh yeah, man.
And then Usopp buys him a meal at the diner. And we find out Usopp goes to this girl to tell her stories.
Because she's bedridden.
Yeah, she's sick and she can't leave her room. And we find out Usopp the Liar is only a liar because she can't leave and he wants to tell her grand stories.
Yeah, he wants to keep her, happy and entertained while she can't go out. So he's like telling her lies of how he's a great pirate captain and going all around having these grand adventures.
Yeah, and she knows it's lies, but she knows that he's just doing it for her. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like.
What was her name?
Yeah.
God, we really need to write down these names, man.
Yeah. Kaya. And then he gets chased off by the butler, and the butler's like, "You don't want to talk with that guy. He's known as the liar around town." And he's like, "He's not that bad." She completely trusts her butler. Yeah, but he's like that Usopp. What a horrible man.
Yeah, what a horrible dude. Yeah. And so Usopp gets chased off. He meets back up with Luffy. Yeah, Usopp has 3 little boys that follow him around too.
Yeah, he has Usopp's fire crew.
Usopp's fire crew.
We got Onion, Carrot, and what? I can't remember the third one.
I'm surprised you remembered any of them.
Bro, I just remembered Onion and Carrot. I think maybe cabbage or something like that.
This is where my memory is slipping. Usopp and Luffy end up on the beach. For some reason. And they're on the cliffside. I think they're looking at the.
Because
Onion and Carrot and the kids tell him that another ship had pulled up, right?
Well, Yeah, they tell him that another ship had pulled up. But first, yeah, Usopp gets chased off by Kaya, because even Kaya's like, oh no, they see the pirates, right?
Mhm.
I think, yeah, they get told that the pirates coming. Um, and then, oh yeah, no, okay, so yeah, you're right. Okay, so Usopp and Luffy end up near the cliff,
Near the cliff.
and they see Klahadore, the
The butler.
the butler.
The butler. And he's with this
and
guy named Django. 1, 2, 3 Django. Oh, we also met Django a little bit earlier. He met the kids.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he met the
kinda
kids. He
just
said,
went up.
"Hey, watch this. I'm a hypnotist. 1, 2, 3 Django," and then he fell asleep.
Yeah, it's like, well, on the count of when I say 1, 2 Django, you're gonna fall asleep. 1, 2 Django, and then everybody falls asleep.
Everybody in the area fell asleep. And so he's on the beach, and the guy's like, "You're late." And he's like, "Sorry, man." And he's like, "You hypnotized yourself, didn't you?" I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And we find out that the butler is actually Captain Kuro of the Black Cat Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of the most notorious pirates on the East Blue, who faked his own
Yeah.
death. And he's been playing in the long game, so he can live the good life.
Yeah, he's been getting in good graces with the bedridden Kaya because she has a lot of money.
She has a lot of money,
You know.
and she knows if she dies,
All that money goes to
it
him.
goes to him. And so the plan is he's gonna have his pirate crew come in, raid the village, kill Kaya. It's gonna look like an accident. I mean, it's not gonna look like an accident. It's gonna look like a murder.
Yeah, he's gonna have Django hypnotize her to write a will
to write a will to say, "Hey, inherit everything to Clarador." And then Usopp and Luffy overhear this. Django again goes 1, 2 Django. Luffy falls asleep this time. And falls off the cliff head first.
Yeah, falls off the cliff head first. So
Lands
everybody
on
thinks
the
he's
sand.
dead.
Everybody thinks he's dead. Usopp's like, "You'll never get away with this." Django's like, "Should we kill him?" Kuro's like, "Nobody's gonna believe him."
Nobody's gonna believe him.
And nobody does. He goes to Kaya's place, and he's like, "Kaya, your butler's lying to you. He's planning on killing you." And even Kaya's like, "How dare you say that?"
Yeah, it's like, okay, you've gone too far this time.
Far this time. Like, and Usopp's like, "No, really." And he's like, but she doesn't believe him.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Fine." And then so he gets hurt. Like, I forget what she says. I guess she goes
and slaps him.
Yeah, she goes and slaps him, and so he leaves. And he's like, "Well, I gotta protect her." So they meet up. They decide, "Hey, here's the plan. We're gonna fuck them up." And then so they're at the coast, and they put oil on the coast, and they're like, "Hey, they cannot get up this.
They can't get up this slope.
They can't get up this slope
On the north side of the
on the
island.
north side." Usopp's like, "I told you guys to meet on the south side." No.
It's like, yeah, and then the kids are like, the pirates have landed on the south side of the island.
Yeah. It turns
They're
out,
like,
oh no.
turns out there's two entrances
There's
to
two
the
entrances, and they're identical to each other.
Identical to each other.
They're both like cliffs with one hillside, and it's a very narrow like hallway almost.
Yeah.
And then so they're like, "Okay, time for the mad dash to the south of the island." Usopp gets there first, I'm pretty sure, because he's the fastest.
That's part of the reason. He's just like, yeah, they're yeah, we got it swapped. It's the north that they were going, because Usopp yells, they're coming to the north. They're coming from the north. So Usopp and Nami show up first. Luffy runs whichever direction is coldest.
Yeah, because that's north to him. Zoro got cooked by Nami because Nami slipped on the oil and she used Zoro
as a spring as a boost
to get her out of it, and Zoro got pulled into it. So now he's trying to get out of the oil. The whole plan is not working out.
No, there's only Nami and Usopp are there, and they're probably the least like combat able of the group so far.
Luffy's got Usopp's got a slingshot, but a slingshot's not gonna take out 30 men. Like,
yeah, a whole pirate crew. Yeah, you know. Plus the hypnotist.
Plus the 1, 2 Django, bro. He's so funny to me.
1, 2 Django. I love him.
And so
my favorite thing about his design is that he's got like a pharaoh chin thing going.
Yeah.
but it's it's revealed to be a mushroom.
It's revealed to be a
just
mushroom that grew on
his
his chin.
grew on his chin, and he just ate the tip of the mushroom off,
Yeah,
and so now it's just sticking from his chin.
yeah. Oh my god, Django, dude. And so Usopp and Nami are there. You know, they're doing their best, I guess. We cut back to Kuro slicing up. It's Kuro's birthday, and Kaya gets him a new pair of glasses
Oh yeah.
because he's always adjusting his glasses.
Yeah, because they always keep sliding off his face. He just pushes them up with his palm.
And the butler's like, "Oh, isn't she so nice?" The other butler is like, "Oh, isn't she so nice to you?" Blah blah blah. And he breaks the glasses, and he's like, "I hate this life." And he cuts that guy down. And then he's like, "It's time for action, I guess." It's almost time.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that. Honestly, he didn't have to.
He didn't have to,
he
but like
broke his cover a little too soon there.
he did.
It didn't really matter in the end, but it's just a way. It's just a way for Kaya to find out that Usopp was telling the truth. Because Kaya walks in the room, the guy's body's on the floor. He's still alive. He's like, the butler was right. Usopp was right. Kayadora is not who we think he is.
Yeah.
We cut back. I don't even remember how the fight goes, honestly, but Luffy shows up.
Yeah, I can't remember much.
I can't remember how. Like, I know Nami and Usopp are doing their best, but you know.
Yeah, they Oh yeah, Usopp throws caltrops, and then they land on the other side of them, so they block their escape.
Oh my god.
They block their own escape down the path.
And then so Luffy shows up and he starts beating people, and then I think Kuro shows up next.
I think Zoro shows up, right?
Right. And then
Zoro beasts himself up the oil hill.
and then we meet the two black cat crew. Forget their names.
Luffy. So yeah, the Django hypnotizes the crew
to make them stronger. Because they're losing to Luffy and Zoro.
Yeah.
And then Luffy's like, oh, and he's like,
Luffy gets caught in the thing. He rips off the ship's mast.
Yeah, he rips off the whole mast, slams it down on the beach.
Or no, he falls asleep and it lands on him.
Yeah, and then Kuro shows up and he's like, "What is going on?" And he's so pissed. He's so pissed, and he's like, he's like, "Man, you guys gotta stop messing around. Don't make me come out." And so the two other guys jump out. There's two other strongest people on the crew.
Yeah, the two ship guards.
They start fighting Zoro, 2-on-1. Mm-hmm. Zoro's still injured from the orange time. Like
from Buggy. He's still got a couple holes in his in his stomach.
Yeah, in his sternum. But he's holding his own. And then Luffy wakes up and Kuro's like, "You guys are jokes." And Kaya shows up and he's like, Stop this. Are you not my butler? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then Usopp, Kuro's trying to kill her and Usopp protects her and they run into the forest and then I'm kind of rushing through this because this is like this arc. Yeah, can we both agree that this arc kind of drags on for a bit?
Yeah, this is a really long arc. There's a lot of fighting with the cats, with the two ship guards. There's a lot of it drags on just a little bit too long.
Just a little bit. Anyway, so Kuro starts going into his cat stance while Django's going after Usopp, Kaya, and the boys. And Kuro's cat dance is actually pretty cool. It's probably one of my highlights for the arc.
Yeah, it's a fun fighting. He can just like turn invisible basically.
Yeah, he's so fast that he's basically just like, and he doesn't even know what he's slicing. He's so fast. So he's slicing down his own crewmates.
Yeah.
Luffy's like, but Luffy's built different. So of course Luffy's gonna win against him.
Yeah.
Usopp gets a winning blow against Django.
And then Zoro gets the ship guards.
Yeah. And then that's
Nami doesn't do much.
Nami's there. Nami
yeah.
It's interesting to know that Zoro at this point still doesn't trust Nami.
Yeah, yeah. Because Nami's still like not part of the crew.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
just like
She's just
kind of
tagging
coming along with them.
Uh, so the whole thing gets resolved. Man, I really forgot. This is the arc I really forgot the most.
Yeah, yeah.
Eh,
It's
like
not. It just wasn't terribly exciting.
no,
It was a good introduction for Usopp,
yeah.
I would say. But other than that, the main villain, Kuro, he
Kuro's
just
kind of
wasn't.
boring.
Yeah, he's kind of like basic, like.
As an act to follow up Buggy, like, come on,
Oh yeah, no, you can't follow
you
Buggy.
can't follow up Buggy, who is Kuro, man. But okay, so they win, and Kaya's internally grateful. So Kaya, the other guy survived somehow, getting slashed in the chest by Kuro's claws. Oh yeah, Kuro's claws. His
Yeah.
design
Oh
is
yeah,
pretty
he's
sick.
got
claws.
5 knives on his hands.
Man, we got so sidetracked. He's got 5 knives on each of his hands, and he puts his glasses up by palming, like with his palm. That's how he
Yeah,
fixes
with his
glasses.
palm.
And there was a thing like, oh, I know you never stopped. I knew you were still a bad guy because you never got out of the habit of
Oh yeah, of avoiding
putting
putting it.
yourself,
Avoiding cutting yourself.
even though you don't wear your claws anymore.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That's the characters' designs are pretty cool. We can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
After at the overview, we got to move this along. We're almost
Yeah,
at
yeah.
an hour already.
This is.
This is going
Oh
on.
wow. Man, we're not even halfway through.
We're not even halfway through. God damn it, bro. All right. No, Verity and Verity and Arlong are gonna take arguably a long time to talk about too. Oh no.
It's okay.
Okay, so
we can edit it.
so
down.
Kaya, I mean, I don't wanna, but it's okay.
That's okay.
So Kaya is like, thanks guys. And then so hey, her other brother that survived somehow. I don't know how he survived getting slashed across.
Yeah.
Is like, hey, you can have the merry-go. So we get introduced to the going merry, or the merry-go, whatever.
Yeah, it's the merry-go.
It's a merry-go in the Viz translation. And then so he's like, thanks guys. Usopp's like, thanks guys. I'll never forget what you did for me. And Luffy, Zoro, and Nami Luffy and Zoro are like, what are you talking about? You're part of our crew, aren't you?
It's like get on the ship.
Get up here.
Because Usopp's about to take off on his own to become a pirate.
Yeah.
And they're just like, nah, get on here.
God, get over here, man. And Usopp's like, yeah. And we got to live his story, I guess. He doesn't need a backstory because we got to live through his arc.
Yeah.
Still a bit long.
Yeah.
On the longer side, but.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was like. It's like we got a little bit of a flashback where Usopp like. Yeah, he's like. I think his dad, when his dad took off to go join Shanks' crew, he's like...
He admires his dad. That's why he wants to be a pirate.
Yeah. And so, yeah, when his dad took off, he's like... The next day, he's like, the pirates are coming, because it's like, he's hopeful that his dad's going to come back.
Yeah.
Back, Never did.
No, never did. But it's alright. So they head off.
Alright.
And then, okay, we have to talk about this. They head off and they find this weird island.
Oh my god.
With some weird animals that they've never seen before. And then there's this treasure chest, and they open the treasure chest. And there's just a dude chilling in there.
It's a dude.
It's a dude chilling in the chest. And Luke's like, I can help you get out. And he's like, nah, I've already fused with the wood, but I'm like one with this chest now.
I am the chest.
He was also part of a pirate crew. And he opened the chest.
Yeah, they just he opened it. He got stuck in a chest, like looking in it or something like that.
And yeah, he fell off the cliff with the chest, and that's how he got stuck.
All right. And then as a young boy, and then he grew into the chest.
So now he's trying to. Now he just wants to protect the island because there's a lot of unique animals on there. And she's trying to protect the animals on there basically.
Yeah, there's like. He got to the top of that cliff, and there was a bunch of treasure chests there, and so he kind of wanted to, he stayed there all that time in hope that there was actual treasure in those chests. Then when they actually open them, there's nothing.
Yeah.
And so he's like,
I always knew, but
I always knew, but I didn't want to.
I didn't want to
accept it, So that was kind of sad.
It was fun. It was just a little breather, I guess, in before we
kind of a little
before we get into
little break.
into the next arc, and so they're vibing on the ship, and they want to try out the cannons, and they shoot they shoot a ship down on accident, and that's when we meet the brothers, the absolute vibes.
Oh yeah, they shoot a rock
they
because they're
shoot a
doing like
rock.
target practice.
Yeah. And they find the two swordman brothers who Zoro knows because he had teamed up with them at one point.
Yeah, it's at a few. Yeah.
For in his bounty hunter days.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, they're both bounty hunters.
they're both bounty hunters, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, Zoro? What's good?"
What's up?
And then Luffy's like, "Yo, I want to try the cannon," and then Luffy shoots himself, and he lands in the Barity.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I forgot about that. That's how that starts.
That's how we transition into the next
Oh,
arc.
actually, no. Oh, it's the Navy ship, right? The Navy ship spots
Oh yeah.
and then shoots at Luffy. Shoots at the
Shoots
merry-go.
yeah,
Luffy's
and-
like, "All right, I got
Rebound
this."
time.
He bounces the cannon pole into the Barity,
Into the Barity.
into the restaurant that they were headed to get some food.
And
you
then
know?
he jumps in there, and the captain or the head chef. 'Cause the Barity
Yeah, the head chef.
is a restaurant on the sea, which is a really cool concept.
Yeah, it's fun.
And he's like, "Boy, you gotta work for me." And he's like, "Hey, I'll help you out for like a week, maybe."
Yeah.
I gotta get back on the
can't-
sea.
Mhm. Yeah, I gotta get going.
I gotta get going. Like I can help you fix it if you want, but I gotta go. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't think you know the position you're in."
you broke half, like, you put a giant ass hole in my restaurant.
Yeah. And he's like, "Yeah, that was the Marine's fault, so."
Yeah, it's like, it wasn't my fault.
And so we get introduced to Sanji, the cook.
Sanji.
And his introduction is this one guy doesn't want to eat his food. And Sanji kicks his ass. And he's like,
Yeah,
"Eat
Sanji
this
just
food.
beats the shit out of him.
Never, like, hey, you gotta finish your food and never leave leftovers," is his motto.
Yeah.
And and so Sanji's a bit of a black sheep in his own restaurant. Because all the other chefs are like, "You need to
Like-
chill, man."
Like, bro, don't do that to the customers.
And he's like, "No, man, I'm gonna do that if the customer's an asshole."
Yeah, yeah.
And so this guy comes through the door. Gene.
Yeah, Jin.
He busts through the door. He goes, "Please help me. I'm starving." And they recognize, and some people recognize him, and they're like, "Aren't you with like the Dawn Creek pirates?" I don't remember
the Dawn.
ship.
Yeah, the Dawn Creek pirate crew, the fleet of like 50 that they had.
Yeah. And he's like, "Listen, please give me some food." And they're like, "No, get out of here."
Yeah, he's like, we came back from the Grand Line with 50. 50 fleet, 50 ships,
Yeah, 50
all
ships,
destroyed.
all
There's one
destroyed.
left, and they barely got out of there.
Yeah, and we're starving. Just give us some food, please. All the chefs are like, "No, get out of here."
Yeah, get out of here. We don't serve pirates.
Except for Sanji, who gives him a plate of food.
Yeah.
And so he leaves, and the other chefs are mad at him. And Luffy's like, "I kind of want this guy on my crew."
Yeah, I like this guy.
I like this guy. Zoro's like, "All right, here we go again." Still with the hole in it. He's still recovering from his. He still has it because he keeps fighting. He keeps taking his bandages off to fight.
He keeps like reopening his wounds.
Yeah. But so Jin leaves, comes back with Don Krieg himself, the menace, the guy who instilled fear into East Blue, one of the most fearsome pirates. Says, "Hey, I promise I won't hurt you guys if you give me some food." And they're like, "No, we can't trust you." And Sanji's like, "Yeah,
we don't got enough food here. We can't feed an entire fleet, you know."
But Sanji's like, "Yeah, no, here."
Right. Yeah, start serving these men.
Don Krieg says, "Thank you," and then he says, "All right, we're taking your ship over."
Yeah, give us your ship.
Give us your ship. We're taking your ship. We just got unlucky. We just got bad luck. We're going back to the Grand Line.
We're going back to the Grand Line.
And
all of his crew is like,
"No,
we need to, like, bro, we need to go
we
chill
need
for
more
a little
time."
bit. But Don Krieg's like,
"You
nah,
cowards, we're going back."
we're going straight back.
And then, out of nowhere,
Out of nowhere,
the greatest swordsman on the planet.
Hawkeye Mihawk.
Hawkeye Mihawk shows up on the Verity.
Yeah, he just shows up with his ship out of nowhere.
And Don Krieg is shitting his pants.
Yeah, Don Krieg, who is like holding the entire like ship hostage, the entire Verity hostage. He starts shitting
his
himself.
pants. He's like, "What is he doing here?" And he's like, and they're like, what's going on? And he's like, that's the guy. He sunk all 50 of our ships. And he's like, what do you mean, one dude sunk all 50 of your ships?
One dude.
Like, you didn't run into a storm. He's like, no, we crossed into the Grand Line and we ran into him. And he bodied all of us.
Oh.
And Zoro's like, this is my chance.
This is my chance.
The greatest swordsman is standing right in front of me.
Yeah, all I have to do is beat him, and I'll be the greatest swordsman.
Right. And then, so Zoro goes up to him. He's like, I challenge you to a duel. And Mihawk
Mihawk pulls out a pocket knife and is like, I'm not the type of man to go hunting pigs with a cannon.
Yeah, he pulls out this is the smallest knife I have on me.
Yeah, sorry, this is the smallest knife I have.
And Zoro goes like, you're underestimating me. Uses his onigiri attack.
Yeah, he uses a signature move. Man stops it with the tip of that pocket knife.
Zoro's like, you gotta use the spin move then.
Yeah.
Breaks 2 of his swords. Or like I think it was 2 of them.
Yeah, he broke 2 of them.
He broke 2. The only one he didn't break was his white one.
Yeah.
Which is important because that's Kaya's sword. I don't remember if you remember.
I think so. Yeah.
Kind of convenient, but whatever.
Just.
But and so
he might not have been able to break it.
And so Zoro stands up and he faces him, and he's holding his broken swords in his hands. And Mihawk's is like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "A back wound is the swordsman's greatest shame."
Yeah.
And Mihawk's is like, "Okay. What's your point? What are you trying to do here?" And Zoro goes, "I'm going to defeat you one day. I'm going to be the greatest swordsman. If you don't strike me down right now." And he shows mercy and he pulls out his big boy blade.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm gonna kill you with properly, I'm gonna kill you properly with the big sword.
Yeah, and then so he slashes him across the chest, but he lets him live.
Like straight across the chest.
Yeah.
That's a deep, like that deep. Should have killed the guy.
He should die. Zoro's just built different.
Zoro is
not human. We talk about Luffy and Zoro are not human.
No. Not at all.
No. And Zoro is like, I promise that I'll defeat you one day. I am going to be the greatest swordsman. Is that okay, Luffy? And Luffy's like, I would not have it any other way. Like,
yeah.
If you're gonna be the Pirate King's crew, you're gonna have to be the greatest swordsman. I will not accept anything less. Yeah,
Zoro's like, all right, from this day onward, I will not lose another battle.
The two bounty hunter brothers pick up Zoro.
yeah, they're like, Jesus, is this man still alive?
Yeah, and he's like, God damn, Zoro brother. They call him brother all the time.
Yeah, they call him brother, call mommy sister.
Yeah. And they're like, yo, Zoro, Luffy, Nami's gone.
Yeah, Nami's gone.
And then Luffy goes, wait, what? Like, yeah, she saw things were getting dicey. She took the ship.
The ship and dipped.
She took the ship, took all the gold we had, and dipped. And Zoro was like, I knew I couldn't trust her. Luffy was like, she probably had a good reason.
Yeah, she probably had a reason.
And Usopp's like, no, she just betrayed us.
She just left.
And so we finally cut back to the main plot line.
Yeah, because Mihawk, like Don Krieg goes and confronts Mihawk. He's like, what are you doing? You fight me right now. And then Mihawk's like, nah, I'm tired.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm satisfied. And he's like, what did you come here? He's like, I was just killing time, honestly.
Yeah, I was just bored.
I was just kind of bored.
Wanted to follow your follow your fleet for.
I thought I'd finish the job. Fun. Yeah. But I'm satisfied now. I'll go home, I guess.
Yeah, and he just dipped.
And then Don Krieg's like, now I'm extra pissed, so I'm gonna take it out on you guys.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the whole crew is mad at Sanji for giving them food, and then this is where we get and Jin is ordered to take him out because he's the right hand man. Jin the Demon, they call him. Remember?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. He's like the most heartless person on the ship.
Oh yeah.
But he shows a heart here because Sanji gave him food, and Sanji was like, "I had to give you food." And then this is where we get into his backstory. So Sanji was a young boy. He was just on a ship. What was he even? He was just a cook in training on that ship.
He was like a cook in training. On like a chef ship.
It was like a cruise ship. Yeah. Almost.
Yeah, cruise ship. Yeah.
And I got raided by none other than the old guy that owns the restaurant.
Yeah.
Turns out he used to be a
Red
famous
Shoes Zeph.
Yeah, Red Shoes Zeph. Turns out he used to be a sick pirate back in the day. Like, he used to rule like the seas for a little bit.
Yeah, he traveled the Grand Line for a little bit.
Yeah. And so he raids the ship. Sanji's like trying to fight him. He's like, I'm gonna see the All Blue. Turns out he once wanted to see the All Blue too. So Sanji gets thrown overboard because the storm starts hitting them.
Yeah.
And he and the captain, to everybody's surprise, jumps to try and save Sanji, and they both end up shipwrecked on it's like a cliffside almost. It's not even like an island. It's basically just a big rock.
Yeah. It's just like a big rock with just like cliffs on all sides, you know.
Sanji wakes up. He's like, "Hey, we're the only two left, dog." The captain, Zeph, is like, "Hey, we're the only two left, dog. Here's your rations. Here's my rations."
Yeah, and then Zeph pulls out a big bag, and then he hands a small bag to Sanji.
And he's like, "Hey, I'm bigger, so I need more food. You're smaller. Go to the other side. If you see a ship, call me over. But other than that, never come over here." And then so they spend 50 days on that island.
I think like 70 near the end of it.
But at the 50 day, so after Sanji leaves, we see Zeph chop his own leg off with a rock.
Yeah.
And it turns out he gave Sanji all the food. Because he's just that nice. The big bag was actually just a bag full of treasure.
Yeah, it was a bag full of treasure, no food.
No food.
So he went 50 days He survived 50 days by eating his leg, eating his own leg.
And then he survived 20 more days when the ship arrived. He's built different. Why is everybody built different in this?
I don't know. Sanji and Zeph, man, they are they survived for so long without food.
And so Zeph goes, I was a chef once. I wanted to see the All Blue. I always wanted to open a ship that was a restaurant, a ship restaurant.
So they did.
And that's how we get caught up to modern days. And that's why Sanji values eating all your food. No leftovers. Yeah. Because he knows what it's like to starve to death.
Yeah. And he's... Oh, yeah, because he was he was throwing out some food when the ship got invaded and he was stranded.
And now he realizes, hey, all food's important. I will never turn away anybody who's just hungry.
Yeah.
Who's on that verge. And Jin the demon starts crying because and Don Krieg calls him a little bitch, which fuck Don Krieg.
Yeah, Don Krieg, bro.
And Jin's like, you're the first guy who showed such compassion to me. And Sanji's like, yeah, but we gotta fight now. And Jin's like, yeah, we do gotta fight now. And we find out Sanji fights using kicks. In a pretty dope ass way. They're not even like regular kicks. Like he goes handstand, helicopter.
Yeah, no, because handstand spins. Spins with that.
And he's like, I never use my hands are for cooking. I cannot fight with them.
Yeah,
and that's the reason.
Can't dirty his hands, even though he's putting them on the ground. But
so Don Krieg being a little bitch, she's like, oh yeah, Don Krieg being a little bitch. She's like, Jin, kill his ass. The shield guy, you remember the shield guy. Talk about the shield guy. You remember him more than I
do. Don Krieg's right hand man, right? He's just basically a dude who just wears a big shield. He's just he's a circle. and he's supposedly unbreakable. You know, he's like ultimate defense. He hasn't bled in like 5 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So he gets sent out. They fight for a little bit, and then yeah, Sanji like almost gets beat the fuck up by him, and then I think him and Luffy team up and beat him. I guess.
Yeah, Luffy
or maybe it was
steps
just
in.
Sanji. I don't know.
No, Sanji yeah. Keep beating it, but Luffy steps in.
Yeah. Luffy steps in, breaks him. Yeah.
And then he's like, "I'm coming after you."
He's not really all that.
I'm coming after you, Don Krieg. And Don Krieg has seen Luffy's stretchy powers at this point, and they're on a ship. They're not on an island at this point. So Don Krieg starts breaking part of the wing that they're on because the Barity has like wings. And Luffy's like, "Oh."
Because he knows Luffy can't swim.
Yeah, and he's not fighting fair basically. And Luffy's like trying to get to him. At one point, Don Krieg throws out poison gas, and everybody dives under. And Luffy gets a gas mask from somebody, and Jin ends up taking one for the team and taking the poison to give Sanji the gas mask.
Yeah.
Which Jin is a vibe.
He's a homie.
Luffy gets extra mad at this. Battle axes Don Krieg. That's how he wins that fight. I remember. There's more nuance, I guess, but yeah. I don't want to get into. I don't want to get too much into the details.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot that we're not covering.
Yeah,
here.
We're already an hour and 15 minutes into this. We need to better pace ourselves next time we do this.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're learning. We're learning.
Yeah, it's a learning process.
It's a learning process. Hey, it's just East Blue, baby.
Yeah, it is we are covering 100 chapters of a manga.
Yeah.
So we do gotta. It's either we take our time and explain a lot, you know,
or we just
cut out a lot of the details.
So let's just start moving a little quicker now, so we don't run. I don't want to go into 2 hours. I don't want to go past 2 hours. I guess.
It's probably a good idea.
Anyway, so Don Krieg gets defeated, and then Sanji's like, "I can't leave. Zeph is my captain." Zeph is like, "Get out of here, dog. Go find the All Blue."
Go find the All Blue.
Go find the All Blue. Sanji's like, "Fine. I never liked you guys anyways." Turns out all of them, and then all of them just start crying. It's just a cry fest at that point.
Yeah, because everybody really liked Sanji.
Yeah, even if they were ragging on him. Even if they all it was just the way they were. They all loved each other. They were all family at the end of the day. And so they all break down. Luffy's like, "Yeah, you're a part of my crew now."
Yeah.
And so next, Usopp's like, "Well, I know where she went."
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Here we get next arc.
So, how do we want to cover this arc?
Oh, this is gonna be a long one.
This is gonna take a minute. So, Usopp is a better shipwright than Luffy and Zoro, so he's able to navigate them at least a little bit. The island that they were going to wasn't that far off, anyways.
Yeah.
So they arrive at Arlong Park. I think Usopp goes ahead, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Okay. So he takes he goes on ahead with
the brothers.
The two mercenary brothers.
Yeah.
I think while they were fighting.
While they were fighting, he's like, "I'll go take care of Nami." So Usopp gets there. He walks into town, and he sees them getting terrorized by a fish dude.
Yeah.
And he's
fishman.
By a fishman, and he's like, "Hey, that's not cool." So she shoots the fishman with a
slingshot.
A slingshot egg, like rotten egg slingshot.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like, it worked, and it worked for a split second. And then he starts running away. It's just to protect the townspeople. And he ends up at Arlong Park. Wait, does this happen in this order? I gotta remember the order.
Yeah, I don't. I think he stays. Oh no, he meets up with Nojiko.
Right. Okay.
He's like saves a little boy, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's where they learn about Arlong and Arlong's crew. You know,
Right.
how they destroyed the entire other village. They flipped it over.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, meanwhile that Zoro, Luffy, and Sanji find their way. They find their way to Arlong Park, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they find their way to straight to Arlong Park.
Yeah. They run into okay. So here's what happens. They run into the octopus guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cause they run into his cow, and he doesn't know they're an enemy, and they don't know he's an enemy, so they start vibing with each other. And Zoro ends up going to Arlong Park first, I think.
Yeah, he ends up separated from Luffy and Sanji somehow.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember how they get separated.
I don't remember either, but he ends up there first.
Yeah, Zoro.
And he starts beating up people, but Arlong isn't there because he's in town investigating.
Yeah, Arlong's in town looking after Usopp.
Yeah, he's like, hey, we heard there was a human out here trying to cause trouble. You know what happens when humans cause trouble around here.
Yeah.
And so Zoro beat up everybody at the Arlong Park. Meanwhile, Luffy and Sanji are making their way slowly there on the ship. They're still on the ship. They meet a cowfish at one point.
Yeah, a cow sea demon.
And they try to eat him.
Yeah, he tries to eat them, and they just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, they be like, hey, this looks like some good food. Luffy's like, hey, Sanji, can you cook this? He's like, yeah, I can probably cook this.
I can probably work it.
Yeah, I can see this. I can see this. And now this sea cow is traumatized.
Yeah.
So Zoro's there. He beat up everybody, but nobody's there, so he leaves.
Yeah.
They come back. Arlong comes back. We find out Nami is actually part of Arlong's crew. And the reason she stole his ship is because she owes a debt to him.
Or she's trying to collect.
She's trying to collect money for him. And
100 million.
100 million berries.
Berries, yeah.
And Usopp just captured after this. And he gets brought to Arlong Park, and he's like, hey, I know Nami. And Arlong and then they were all like, hey, Nami was just playing you by a fool. This bitch is the most biggest liar I ever met. And then Arlong's like, yeah, Nami, do your thing. And meanwhile, the brothers are watching this. Nami stabs Usopp.
Yeah.
As far as we know. And
then throws him in the water.
It throws him in the water. And the brothers witness this, and they're like, oh, okay, so Nami is bad. Nami is bad.
Nami's bad.
Luffy and Sanji show up. They meet up with Zoro. They meet up with the brothers. The brothers are like, Nami's the bad person. Nami killed Usopp. We saw it.
Yeah, we saw her stab him in the gut and throw him into the water.
As they're telling them, Luffy's like, I don't believe it.
Yeah, Luffy got real mad because he's like,
she would never do something like that.
Yeah, she's our friend, you
and
know?
Even Zoro was like, Luffy, we've only known her for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But Luffy's like, no, she would never do something like that. She's our friend. Turns out she didn't do something like that. We flash back to what actually happened. She stabbed herself in the hand.
Yeah, and then I think she swam after him after everybody left.
Yeah, no, she whispered something in it. No, because he can swim.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She whispered something in it. Yeah. He was like, just get out of here or something. And then so everybody, and he plays dead, and he floats off, and then he washes up on the beach because he can fucking swim.
Yeah.
And so that way Nami proved her loyalty, but the brothers don't know this. They meet up with Belmere. That was not her name.
Nojiko.
Nojiko. They meet up with Nojiko, and Nojiko tells them the truth of what happened in the past.
Yeah, the whole backstory.
And man,
it is a rough backstory.
What a backstory.
That's a good one.
I don't even know how to get into it, bro. It's definitely like the best. Like Sanji's backstory is pretty good. I'd say Sanji's backstory is a close second.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but it's nowhere near as in depth.
It's nowhere near as like, because this is Nami's been with us for 90 chapters at this point.
Yeah, she's been here for a while.
She's been here for a minute. This is her build-up. This is her resolution. We finally get to know who she is. Man. So Arlong shows up in her village. That's how the backstory starts. Oh, well, I guess that we gotta go way back, actually. I'm starting too soon.
Yeah, okay, so we start with,
Nami and Nojiko are orphans. They're orphans from, like a pirate. Something happened.
pirate war or something like that.
Like a pirate battle. Belmir is their adopted mother, who's dead at this point. Who's dead in real
at present
real
day.
time, in present day. But she was a marine, and she saved these two. And she brought them back to that village. I'm pretty sure she grew up in the village. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so. And then she came back from the war and retired.
Because she's friends with the old guy, so she's
Yeah, Genzo.
And so she starts raising them, and it's pretty touching, honestly. It's very. I wish they looked. I wish they didn't look exactly the same.
Oh god, we gotta touch on the design.
We gotta touch on it a little bit, but anyway, so it's a little touching. You know, they have their up and down. Nami's like, you're not my real mom at some point. You know, cliche stuff like that for the most part. But it feels authentic, honestly. And then Arlong shows up. And Belmir is already struggling. Arlong says 10 million per person. 10 million berries per person.
Yeah, Belmir is like really poor. They're trying he's trying to keep herself and these two orphan children fed, you know.
Yeah. She has a farm for that point. Like she has a tangerine farm.
Yeah, tangerine farm. But she's struggling,
She's struggling to meet ends. So the guy who's her friend, the guy who wears a pinwheel on his head. Genzo shows up. He's like, yo, okay, you need to hide the kids right now. How much money do you have? And she's like,
I got maybe 10, maybe 100,000.
Maybe or something like that. And she's got basically only enough to cover herself, I think.
Yeah, it's like 50,000 for kids, 100,000 per adult.
Yeah.
You know.
And she's like, okay. And Genzo's like, you gotta hide the kids. I don't know where, but you gotta get them out of here. We'll keep them as long as we can. We'll keep them away as long as we can. Doesn't go well. It goes south pretty fast. It goes well a little bit at the beginning.
Because they're hiding, and then, bro, Belmir, one of my favorite panels on that. Arlong comes knocking at their door. She busts out the door, kicks Arlong in the face, and shoves a gun in his mouth.
Because she was the next Marine.
Exactly.
She was a badass.
An absolute badass.
But that motherfucker bit the bun, didn't he?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Arlong, he's a little bit different. I think we might have skipped over the fact that these are all fishmen.
Yeah.
All fish people. So
I
they're
brought
like
it up at the
superhuman.
beginning, but yeah, no. Fishmen are 10 times stronger than humans for whatever reason.
They're fish people hybrids, you know. So they're real strong.
Yeah, they're real strong. So and then Arlong's like, I like your spunk or whatever. I don't remember. I don't know if he actually says that.
Yeah, something like that.
But
I don't know.
He was gonna let her off the hook, but Nami and Nojiko get revealed, and he's like, hey, you got the money? And she's like, yeah, I got 100,000 for both of them.
For both of them.
For both of them.
And then not for her.
Not for herself. And Arlong goes, all right, and shoots her in the face.
Yeah, blasts her in the face. And as she's about to get shot, she's like, I love you.
Yeah, she looks at them and bang. And so...
Man, that was rough.
And so Nami visibly upset. They find out at this point that she has a hobby of drawing maps. And Arlong's like, we could use this little girl.
yeah. She's a real good cartographer because none of us can draw maps.
Yeah, none of us can draw maps. We just ended up here on these blue by accident. And then so we'll use her. And you know what? And then so Arlong struck a deal with her. If you can get 100 million berries, I'll let the village go.
hmm
And so that's what Nami's been spending her whole life doing up to this point.
Yeah, I think she mentions it multiple times, like in previous chapters, that she's trying to collect 100 million berries and
Yeah.
just buy something, for something.
Yeah, for something. And she was there. She only needed what 7 million more.
Yeah, I think
Not-
7 million.
not
She was at
even-
like 90,
pocket
93 million more,
change.
million, or something like
Yeah,
that.
pocket change at this point.
hmm
All she needed to do was go out one more time, and she would find enough. And Arlong takes advantage of this. Arlong has a marine in his pocket,
Yeah, he's paying off a marine.
and the marine comes to her house and takes all her money. And she confronts Arlong, and Arlong said, I never broke our deal. That's your fault you got your money stolen.
Yeah, no, just
Taken by a marine.
yeah. It's
Oh
like
my God, dude.
so then then
Yeah.
she's running like back to
The village, they're telling them to get out of there.
hmm
And they're like, no, we're going to fight back. We're going to fight back.
Yeah, we've suffered this for 8 years now.
Yeah.
We're gonna fight back.
And
We're gonna
fight
free our.
back.
We're not gonna stand for this no longer.
So Luffy, Zoro, the brothers, they all hear this backstory. Find out that Usopp's still alive. The brothers feel
Mhm.
bad, so they go first to Arlong Park. They get clapped.
Yeah.
But they don't get clapped enough that they die because they're just chilling outside the doors.
Yeah.
The villagers show up. The brothers are there. They're like, "We're not letting you in." And they're like, "Who are you guys?" Hey, we messed up. Sister Nami is a good person, and we gotta redeem her. We're not letting the villagers in here. We're waiting for a certain crew to show up. And then so Nami starts stabbing her tattoo. That's an Arlong tattoo.
Yeah, because she was branded
she
as
was
like
branded as a pirate.
as a pirate. Yeah, as
which
part of
is
our
why
crew.
at this point, all up to this point, she's been wearing long sleeves. She's been
Oh
wearing
yeah,
sleeves.
you're right.
Bro, that's come on.
I didn't notice.
Come on, bro. That's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Nami starts stabbing herself. Luffy says stop. Nami says, "What are you still doing here? I betrayed you guys. You guys, like, come on, get out of here."
Yeah, just get out of here. I don't want nobody to be hurt by Arlong anymore.
And then she goes, she breaks the facade. She's sad. All her hope was taken away from her. She goes, "Help me." And Luffy, he just puts his hat on her. And he screams out into the heavens,
Let's go.
"Let's go!" He goes, "Of course I will."
Was
Yeah.
So hype.
Dude, it was so hype. And Usopp, Zoro, Sanji. Yeah, of course. Come on.
It's like, come on.
We were waiting for you. We're going. And then so the boys stroll up to Arlong Park. Sanji's still got a chest wound. He's got a chest wound and a stomach wound at this.
Zoro is fucked up. Like
Zoro
he
is fucked up.
He's been supposed to like be in bed sleeping right now. Like he's not supposed to be up and about.
Yeah, so they walk up. So fights ensue. I don't want to get into too much detail with the fights. Zoro fights the octopus that they met earlier, and the octopus is like, "I didn't know you guys were my enemy."
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, because he took Zoro, like he taxied Zoro all the way over to the village.
Yeah.
Because he kind of popped over the wall. After defeating everybody, the octopus dude didn't know that he had killed.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, we have a guest here. Yeah, sure, I'll take you to the village."
Yeah, I got you.
Oh my god.
Little did he know.
And so
That it was the pirate hunter Zoro.
His name is Hachi, right?
Yeah, Hachi.
Hachi, right? He's a master of the six swordsman style.
Yeah.
And
He's an octopus.
And this is an interesting dynamic because if Zoro was fully healed, he wouldn't stand a chance against him. Like Hachi would lose against him, but Zoro has Mihawk's wound in his chest still.
Yeah. Zoro has a gut wound. He has Mihawk's like deep cut across his chest. He was stabbed in the chest too with that little pocket knife. Like Zoro was not in fighting shape whatsoever.
So, and Luffy tries to go straight to Arlong, but he gets put in the water because he's a demi dumbass. And so,
yeah, he the sea monster goes and like Arlong like forces it to go and attack him, even though he did not want
He
to.
did not want to because he was terrified. He was traumatized by these people.
He was like, but he was even more scared of Arlong though.
Yeah, so he puts Luffy in the water. Luffy's now drowning. So townspeople come, and this is again interesting. Luffy's stretchy powers. I guess we haven't really talked about it, but Luffy's stretchy powers are so unique.
Oh yeah, it's the
like,
way that the writer, the author uses them is just so fun.
It's so fun. Luffy's drowning, but they grab his head and swim up to the top so he can still breathe even though he can't move because he's stuck at the bottom.
They're using his own neck as like a breathing rod.
While they're trying to get the rock off him. Sanji goes in there because Sanji can swim faster.
His feet are stuck in the concrete.
Sanji goes in there because his feet are faster. Zoro's fighting Hachi. Usopp shot one of the other fishermen and is now fighting him at a completely different part.
Yeah, Usopp shot one of the fishmen and then ran away.
And
the fishman chased him.
But Usopp clapped him. Can we talk? We gotta talk about that. We gotta give Usopp his due respect.
We gotta talk about that.
This man outsmarted him, bro. Like he outplayed him in every way.
No, he like I can't remember the specifics of the fight, but Usopp was like he's like I can't beat this guy. He's too strong, you know.
Yeah.
But then he remembers back to Zoro, you know. He remembers back to everybody. He's like, nah, I can't be a coward like I used to be. Now that I'm part of this crew, I gotta fight even if for my life, even if I die, you know.
Yeah.
And so he stands up to him.
Yeah,
outsmarts him.
He outsmarts him. He gets him with the eggs. He gets him with how does he defeat him? Fireball. The Tabasco star.
Yeah. Yeah, he launches it into his eyes. I think he sets him on fire.
Yeah, he sets his mouth and his eyes on fire.
and then as he's running for water, he hits him. He just smacks him in the back of the head with the hammer. Usopp hammer.
He also has the ketchup star because he got hit at one point, and he pretended to get hit. He pretended to get folded.
Yeah, he pretended to just like get shot.
Yeah,
and like so he would like bleed out.
But this is like Usopp is like one of the best weak characters. Like
Usopp's like compared to like Luffy, Zoro, and even Sanji, he's like real weak. Like his combat powers are like he's not physically strong at all.
So he has to outsmart his opponents mostly.
Yeah. So exactly. He outsmarts his opponents. He uses a lot of like different type of slingshot ammo, I guess.
Yeah, he has a lot of stuff in his kit.
He's a pretty smart lad.
He's a pretty smart lad, so he beats that fishman. Sanji is losing at one point, and Luffy.
Yeah.
And Sanji. No, sorry, Zoro. I meant to say Zoro. Zoro.
Zoro.
Because he's got a chest wound, obviously. Sanji saves Luffy because Sanji is a better swimmer. Because obviously he never skips leg day, so of course he's gonna be a better swimmer. And then Luffy like straight up just switches spots like almost instantaneously. He jumps up in the air.
Zoro or Arlong, I think, punched Sanji into the air. I think that's because he beat Hachi.
Yeah.
Arlong he's like, all right, I'll step in myself. Punches Sanji into the air. Luffy wakes up, sees Sanji. Yeah, grabs Sanji, stretches his arms, grabs Sanji, trades places with him.
Yeah. And then bam, here we are in the titular fight.
Oh yeah,
Luffy versus Arlong.
Captain be captain.
Captain be captain. This is probably the best fight of these, Blue.
It's so easily my favorite fight.
It's so fun. It's so fun. It's
just both like. Arlong is just brute strength, you know. He's like Luffy's not as strong as him.
No, not even close.
Yeah, like Arlong he's so because he's a shark fish man, so he's just super strong. Like
he's built different.
Yeah, and he's got real sharp teeth and everything. Luffy just has to like avoid this man for most of the fight.
And it's really fun the ways Oda which is the author, comes up
Yeah,
with
Oda.
ways, uses Luffy's stretchy abilities to
Mhm.
counteract
Yeah, to
Arlong's
counteract
brute
that.
force.
Yeah, like there's a point in which Arlong has him by the neck, pins Luffy against a pillar, and is like about to bite his head. Luffy grabs his own head and just stretches it out of the way out of
Yeah.
the way of Arlong's teeth.
Arlong uses this technique called fish darts, where he swims super fast and in a spinning motion to dart himself, and Luffy stretches his fingers like a net to catch him.
Yeah, to catch him and then just rebound him into a wall.
He uses his own teeth against him. Like Arlong grabs his feet, grabs it, like bites into his elbow, and Luffy just elbows this man into the ground.
Yeah, like he grabs him and then Luffy just grits through it, pounds this man into the ground.
Yeah, and we end up in Arlong's building. They end up in a room, in Nami's room. That she had while she was
The
working.
cartography room.
Cartography room with all the maps. And Arlong's like, you never understand. Like, you'll never be able to use her.
Yeah, you'll never be able to use her like I do.
Yeah, and then
Luffy's like, excuse me?
Luffy, like, he swings. He has an axe at this point. I don't remember where he grabbed his axe.
Yeah, he grabbed a saw.
Yeah.
Because they went into the palace
they
and
went into the palace, and then
he grabbed his
his
sword.
He does the classic. Luffy catches the saw. Use.
Yeah. Yeah, use?
Breaks
Excuse me?
the metal with his bare fingers.
Yeah, shatters the sword.
Yeah, starts destroying the room. Arlong's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Years of work." And Luffy's like,
Yeah, years of work.
"Yeah, I'm destroying the room that brought Nami pain, basically."
Yeah, because he forced Nami to make these maps, and Luffy's like,
Yeah.
Luffy understood that.
And so he brings down the whole building with a final battle axe straight onto his face.
He kicks through the roof.
Yeah.
Like stretches his foot through the roof, brings it straight down onto Arlong as he's lunging at him.
And
Just smashes him through the palace.
yeah, man.
What a final blow.
What a final blow. And then we get the final act. Everybody thanks Luffy for what he did. Nami steals the wallets of all the villagers. As
Oh
they
yeah,
leave.
because everybody's like, because she all the money that she had collected, she leaves to the village,
Yeah.
and so they're like, we got no money now. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nami, as she's leaving, she's just like, set sail.
Set sail now. She also changes her tattoo to a different tattoo because her big sister, Nojiko, got a tattoo in order to like appease her, like just to keep her calm. Because she's like, a tattoo is just a tattoo. There's no significance. Because she didn't like her Arlong tattoo.
Yeah.
So she changes it to closely resemble Nojiko's more.
She got the design that had a pinwheel and a tangerine on it.
Oh yeah,
to
that's right.
represent the village.
I completely forgot about that. Wow.
Yeah, man, it was because the pinwheel for the mayor, Genzo.
Yeah.
Because he always wore that pinwheel on his head.
Yeah, we also find out that the reason he wears that shit on his head is because Nami used to cry when she saw him.
Yeah, she used to scare me.
Admittedly, he does have a scary face. Like, he's got stitches on his face and everything.
Oh yeah, no, he's a scary man.
He's a scary guy, so he wore a pinwheel so that she wouldn't cry because she was just a baby. And he's worn it ever since.
Yeah.
And then and that's Arlong Park. We did not give it justice. There's so much that goes into making.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot.
Like the
that
best
goes on.
part of East Blue. But
yeah, no, there's a lot of location swapping, I guess. A lot of like everybody's separated, kind of working through their own stuff, and then they converge, at the end there.
Up, and not only that, but like it's just a good progression. Like this.
Yeah, it's good. There's good emotional weight to it and everything.
Yeah.
It's
good. It's good. We move on to Loketown next, so they leave.
Yeah, so they leave, and they're headed to the Grand Line at this point, because Luffy's like, alright, we got our crew.
And the city right before the Grand Line is Loketown. And where Gold Roger got executed 20 years ago.
Yeah, the famous pirate. Luffy's like a big
Luffy's
fanboy.
like, I want to go there. Yay, yay, yay. I think it's important that we bring up at this point, actually. The title, some of the cover pages, some of the cover arts.
Yeah.
So, like we said, what's his name? Buggy got flown off.
Yeah, Buggy got shot off.
Shot off. And Oda, the mad lad that is Oda, decides, I'm going to use my cover pages to tell side stories.
I love those, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're just basically like a one panel art piece that kind of tells a little story about what's going on.
And it goes on for multiple chapters.
Yeah, it goes on for like I think it started like chapter 20ish or something like that. And so it's like it's a full story.
It's a full story,
point.
but with no dialogue, just one panel per chapter.
Yeah, just one panel per chapter, and it just kind of tells a story.
And
so we see Buggy like he's just a head, like hands and feet at this point.
Because he's lost his legs and torsos and stuff.
Yeah, he's got no arms, legs or torso. So he's just like a small boy.
And he runs into this girl that we don't know who she is, but she's a beautiful lady.
Yeah.
And we find out in one of the pictures that she's looking for Luffy. And he's like, I know that guy. Like,
I'm looking for that guy
I'm looking for that guy too. We also find out that his crew thinks he's dead.
Yeah, his crew thinks he's dead, so they're trying to. They're having like a duel for a new captain, right?
Mm-hmm. And the lion ends up winning.
Yeah, the lion from the Lion Tamer's lion.
Yeah, the lion. So he's the captain now. But they end up meeting back up with Buggy, and that's where that little side story is. Okay. They're back together.
They end up getting like captured by natives, right? Like some island natives, like island cannibals. They were getting cooked up, and then Buggy shows up with the girl, and then and then they beat everybody up. Buggy saves the day. Buggy's back. He's got his crew back. He's got some extra backup too.
And that's the final thing we see of him. And then we get a little bit of Kobe and Helmeppo stuff. I don't know if that finishes in East Blue or not.
No, that's still going on.
That's still going on? Okay, so
that's not good. That's done.
It's done? I don't know when it finishes. We can get into it another time.
Yeah. That's it. What is covered is just like Kobe and Helmeppo from the Navy base, bro. They're just both recruited into the Navy, and they're just they're working. They were put to work basically. Yeah. They become friends, working around. That's about it. That's about it.
So then we get into. All right, so Loketown. They arrive at Loketown. Nami's like, "Here's your money. Go buy the supplies that you need." Because Nami's also the treasurer basically. And
she's the smart one.
Yeah, she's the smart one. And Luffy's like, okay, I'm gonna go check out the stand because that's where Gold Roger died. And that's dope. That's a landmark for me. Zoro's like, I need 2 swords because he was also at a disadvantage fighting Hachi because he only had 1 sword on him at the time.
Yeah, he only had 1 sword. He did borrow the 2.
From the brothers. That's right.
Yeah, the 2 brothers' swords.
But anyway, so he's like, I'm gonna go buy another sword. But he's broke. They're all broke. Nami just gave away all their money, so...
she stole a little back.
But probably not more than $1 million.
Yeah, something like that.
So Zoro... Usopp goes to buy more supplies for his slingshot. And he gets new shades, actually. Those shades are kind of sick. New, like...
Oh yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Like, goggles. Like, sniper goggles.
Yeah.
Zoro goes to buy a sword, and we get introduced to the way swords work in One Piece, basically.
Yeah, I like this. It's kind of like a whole kind of lore to it. Like there's a couple. There's like a swordsmaster who forged a bunch of swords in the past.
Yeah.
And they're kind of scattered around. Like a bunch of different people have them. There's like a few. Like really good swords, there's a few decent swords, and there's a few just good swords.
Yeah.
But they're all they're all like famous. They're
They're
all
all famous,
cursed or
and like,
whatever.
yeah, a lot of them are cursed. Um,
Yeah,
and this
but
shopkeeper,
they're all legendary.
yeah,
You
and
know.
he's broken. The shopkeeper's not having shit with him.
Yeah.
This girl walks in. We get introduced to Tashigi. She looks
Mhm.
identical to
Yeah, to Zoro's childhood
to
friend.
her childhood friend, which is really funny. uh, and she's the one who explains the lore pretty much to us about the swords. And,
Yeah, about the
and she's
swords.
like, "Oh, that's one of the 21 cursed blades."
Yeah.
And the shop owner's like, "Yeah, I can't sell this. Like, anybody who uses this basically gets killed." And
Yeah, or yeah, he tells Zoro's white sword is he was the shopkeeper was trying to buy it from him for like really cheap.
yeah, oh yeah, and it's also one of the lower class blades, isn't it?
I think it's one of the like middle high, I think.
Yeah, well, it did belong to a swordsmaster before.
Yeah, I think it's one of the middle high. It's not
Yeah.
like the highest. But so yeah, so then he's like, "No, this one ain't for sale." And then he goes up over to the barrel of like what, like $50,000
swords, the cheap ass swords.
cheap swords, and then picks out another of the,
another. He's like, "Oh, I
swords.
can't sell that one to you because that one's cursed."
Yeah, that one's cursed.
And he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna test my luck real quick."
Yeah,
I
no,
bet
it's
my luck is
versus
better.
This cursed.
Yeah, and he throws the sword up and he puts his arm out, and the sword perfectly avoids cutting his arm off.
On his arm. And the shopkeeper's like, "You can have the sword.
Keep it, dog.
the
That's
sword.
your
In
sword
fact-
now."
Yeah, in fact, let me go grab another sword."
Yeah, I'll give you an extra sword. Fuck it. His wife gets mad at him for this afterwards, but
Yeah,
we don't gotta talk about that.
yeah, but he's like, no, it's been a long time since I've seen a swordsman of like a true swordsman, you know.
Yeah. And Tashigi's impressed because she's like, "Man, you're crazy, dog."
Yeah, you're insane.
And so we cut back. They all meet up at the they all promise to meet up at the square because that's where Luffy was going anyways. They get there and Luffy's on the stand with his head in the cutting stand.
In the chopping,
In the
on the
chopping
chopping block.
Buggy the Clown is on him.
Yeah, Buggy the Clown's about to execute this man.
We found out that beautiful woman that was with Buggy is Alvida from chapter 2.
From chapter 2, she was really like
Fat. We
large.
didn't bring this up. We didn't.
Yeah.
I guess because I guess it doesn't matter. But
Yeah, cause it was the whole gag, like, who's the prettiest in the sea, and then she's just really ugly.
yeah, she was really ugly. But now she's really beautiful.
Yeah, now she's really beautiful when you meet back up on her, and you have no idea who she is.
You have no idea who she is.
Throughout the whole like chapter intros.
The covers pages.
Yeah, the cover pages.
And then you're like, yeah, I'm Alvida, and they're both like, I'm Alvida, and Luffy has the biggest smile on his face.
Such a big reveal.
It's such a large reveal. Luffy has the biggest smile on his face. He's like, this is awesome. This is happening right now. He's like,
I'm about to die.
I'm gonna be king of the pirates, because he's like, Buggy's like, do you have any last words? And he's like, I'm gonna be king of the pirates. And then lightning strikes the stand.
Yeah, lightning strikes Buggy's sword.
Yeah.
That's about to chop his head off.
And he's the luckiest man alive.
Yeah, I one of my favorite Sanji, like, after that whole thing, Sanji's like, "Do you believe in a higher power?" He's like, he turns to Zoro and he says that.
Oh
like,
my god. And so we find out the reason Alvida's skinny is because she ate the slip fruit.
Somehow that works.
Somehow that works. This is kind of a spoiler, but it's not really a spoiler. Because it's just in the question corner.
Yeah.
Somebody asked him how that worked, and he goes, "All her fat slipped off." But that's not how her power works.
That's not.
That's not how it should work. Because her power just slips off stuff off her skin. Like,
yeah,
she's got smooth skin.
it makes her really slippery, so she can't really she can't be touched.
Yeah, so she's basically really strong. Like, if you try to hit her, she could just slip off of it. Even bullets, like, she can do this. Presumably she can do. I don't think she gets shot at, but.
Yeah, she gets something like thrown at her.
Yeah, but so Luffy's escaping. They're all running back to the ship. She slides down. Buggy's flying. It's
yeah,
chaos.
they're all chasing after Luffy because Buggy wants to execute her. execute him. Alvito wants to like marry this man.
We get introduced to one of the highest ranking Marines. He's like a Marine colonel or some shit.
Yeah, he's like a general or something like that.
Smoker.
Yeah,
And
Smoker.
Smoker is built different. The Straw Hats cannot handle Smoker at this current point in time.
No,
This man.
no, he captures all of Buggy's pirates and like he captures everybody in like
Yeah.
one quick move basically.
We found out that he has the smoke powers. Our first example of Logia type, but we'll get into type of Devil Fruits later on. But
Yeah, I don't even.
yeah, you don't know about that yet. But he's basically untouchable because his body is made out of smoke. That's not
Luffy
hard to
tried
understand.
yeah, his body's made of smoke. Luffy tried to punch him, did nothing. Zoro tried to cut him, did nothing.
So they're like, we can't handle this.
Yeah, we gotta get out of
We
here.
gotta get out of here. So they get on the ship, then they leave, and then they're on their way to the Grand Line, and they say, and they put their feet up on a barrel, and they make the promise. Hey, we're gonna do this. I forgot what the promise was.
Yeah. It was like I'm gonna be the pirate king. So Zoro's like I'm gonna be the greatest swordsman in the world. Nami's like I'm gonna make a map of the world. Sanji's like I'm gonna find the All Blue, and Usopp says I'm gonna be a legendary sea warrior.
Yeah, let's go. And that's the end of East Blue.
That's the end of the East Blue arc.
And what a ride. We're only a tenth of the way there.
Yeah, that was 100. Yeah, that was 100 chapters in. A tenth of, at the moment, 1,000 chapters.
And when you're reading it, it doesn't feel like it, dude.
Mm.
Because it's just One Piece, and it's just like, this is the story. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it doesn't feel like, oh man, I've got so much to go ahead. You're just like, I can't wait to see what I can't wait to see what happens next.
Like,
yeah, I can't wait to see what the crew does next. You know,
like we've been leading up to the Grand Line. Mihawks was our first big example of what he was a taste of the Grand Line.
Yeah, what the power of the Grand Line is.
Like how scary the Grand Line can be. And now we're here, 100 chapters in. And at this point, I knew One Piece is built different.
There's a reason why it's 1,000 chapters long.
There's a reason why people stand this manga, like this.
Yeah, for this long.
This franchise, man.
There's a reason why it's so damn popular.
Yeah. It's so unique. It's funny.
Yeah, it's just the style. The style of this manga it just lends itself so good to just so much fun action scenes, so much fun comedy, and even like when it hits serious moments,
it works.
It works.
It just works. Like,
and there's so much unique character designs.
Barring the females.
Okay. Should we talk about that?
I guess we could talk about that. We don't. I don't really want to get too much into it, but
it's
a little.
It's a little problem with the author.
He needs to go to horny jail.
Yeah,
we need to bonk him.
All the male characters they mostly have like. There's a lot of varying like sizes and shapes and like.
Yeah, you can
tell.
some
really fun designs.
You can tell what kind of person they are just by looking at them. Like, you look at Usopp and you're like, this guy uses a slingshot. Before he even pulls out the slingshot, you're like, this guy uses a slingshot.
Yeah, his that long ass nose, those big old lips, that hair with the hat, you know.
You look at Zoro, this guy's a badass, you know.
Yeah, he's got the brush back hair. He's got the loose shirt, ripped as hell.
Yeah. Sanji, like, his black suit just draws you to his legs, because you just, when you look at him, there's no place to go but down, because it's all black.
It's all black, and then, yeah.
And it moves well when he's spinning in his legs, yeah. And the curly eyebrows. Everybody knows curly eyebrow gang for life.
Yeah.
Luffy's low-key the most basic character out of the guys.
Yeah, he's definitely like the most generic like design out of the crew. Out of most like males in the series, you know. Because like yeah, other examples are like let's see, like or there's a few, but
Buggy.
Buggy, yeah,
Come on, Buggy
Buggy's
is
got
awesome.
Buggy's got such a design. He's got like a yeah. I'm there's so much. I'm having trouble picking like a specific.
Yeah, I feel you. I understand.
Like
It's a lot.
yeah, like all the males have just such varying and wild designs, and then there's the females.
This we get.
They have one body shape.
Hourglass figure or fat and ugly. Like
Yeah, they have two body shapes. That's it.
And like the fact that Alvida goes from honestly her original design is more interesting
Yeah.
because she just looks like another female. Like
Yeah, and for the most part, their faces, most of the females' faces look exactly the same.
yeah, and when you're reading in a manga format, you can't use colors to base like to different. Like we'll get into this more as more female characters are interacting with the crew, but man,
Yeah, I didn't. Some of the designs are fun. I liked Belmere with her shaved. Like most of the difference in the female characters is just their like hair.
yeah,
It's just their hairstyle. Yeah, like Nojiko had like a hairband. Belmere had a shaved pattern on her head.
mm-hmm.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like most of the clothes, there's a bit like a tank top or like a coat. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's not.
Crazy. Toshiki she wears a marine cloak on her.
Yeah, Toshigi. Yeah, she got black hair and glasses.
Yeah, her whole character is that she looks like another female character.
Yeah, exactly.
At least for right now, like she's a sword nerd.
Mm-hmm.
But Zoro doesn't like talking to her because he's like, you look exactly like my dead friend.
Yeah, you look. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Alvida's got the hat. She kept the hat.
At least she kept the hat. I ain't gonna lie.
She's a big old cowboy hat that she wears.
But yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, not much changed.
You know, One Piece isn't perfect.
No, there's a few flaws.
There's a few flaws, but overall, like the quality is up there. Like it's still really good.
Oh yeah. There's. These are just the first 100 chapters too. I'm sure it gets better. I wouldn't know.
Let's get. Hey man.
I'm sure it can only get better from here.
Yeah, but yeah. What else? Can we just you want to bring anything up? You got anything else to say?
No. I think I've covered everything I want to talk about at this point.
All right. Well, we still got one thing we gotta do.
Yeah.
Let's play. When did Juan cry reading One Piece?
Oh, right, right.
Yeah.
You
got it. So you got it earlier before we were doing this.
Yeah. So I made a guess earlier. I thought it was when Belmere
gets shot in the face.
Gets shot by Arlong.
You were wrong, but you were close.
It's close. Could I get a clue on how close?
You were it's almost like it's pretty soon after.
Okay. I think is it when Nami's crying and Luffy puts the hat on her?
Yes, bro. Oh my god.
I had a feeling.
Dude, okay, first off, the scene itself, like it isn't the scene itself that made me like cry like that. It was the build up to the scene.
Yeah.
Because it's perfectly built up. We now know Nami's struggle. Everything, all her hope was taken away from her. First off, we saw Belmere got shot. She still had hope after that. But then Arlong took it all away. Again.
Yeah. Arlong had them take all the money. And so she's like, I just gotta do it again, you know?
Yeah. But she was defeated. And so she asked Luffy for help, and Luffy doesn't even he doesn't go straight up like yeah, afterwards he goes, yes, of course I will. But the first thing he does is put his hat on her.
Yeah, he looks at her dead serious and is just like,
Bop.
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 Puts the hat on, and then she remembers
like
that
this is the most important thing to him.
Yeah, because Buggy stabbed it and he went psycho.
He went psycho. His hat is the most important thing to him, but now he has friends. Like now, like yeah, so yeah. Anyways, I cried after that. That made me cry.
I get you.
That made me cry. It was emotional, dog. Like Luffy putting the hat on her and her realizing like what that meant.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Yeah, of course I." Like he screamed it out. He screamed it at the top of his lungs. He said, "Let's go." And then the guys were just sitting there waiting, and they already knew. There was no doubt. There was no doubt that Luffy wasn't gonna help her.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Because he's such
And it just made the waterworks come out. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That moment was so hype for me.
And that's what I knew. Man, I might be a One Piece fan now.
It's that moment was just amazing. Honestly, just all the build up to it, and it just all culminated in that moment, that turning point.
Yeah.
That was great.
So that's East Blue arc.
Yeah, about almost 2 hours. I'm guessing.
Yeah, 2 hours and 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
It's alright. No, we'll figure this out.
Yeah, we'll
work on this. We're working out structure. We gotta cut it down by like at least.
If anybody like has watched this far.
Yeah, no. First off, this video isn't gonna do well at all on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But if you're a real one, if you watch this far.
If you watch this far, just leave a comment. Do you do you want us to cut this down, or do you want us to keep like doing these long,
going full, like, because we can definitely like rush through the summary part and just talk about our thoughts. This was mostly a test.
Yeah, mostly a test to see if this is received well, I guess.
I mean, it's probably not gonna get received well.
No.
Just for us, but
yeah, it's mostly for us. But hey,
if it does well, hey, you never know.
Yeah, if it does well, cool. Happy to come along. You know.
Let's do this. I still gotta come up with a name for this series.
Yeah, that was a long.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Long analysis.
That was a long. Right. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Come back.
Yeah.
Whenever we do the next one, I don't know when this guy finishes.
Yeah, whenever I get to that. Shouldn't be too long. I'm fully hooked into this.
Yeah, it shouldn't take that much long. But thanks for watching the video. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Skinny Penis here. Being Big.
Scrap that.
No. We're keeping that in. We're keeping that in, bro. We have to keep that in, bro. And so. Stabbing himself in the eye right off the off cut.
Stabbing himself in the eye.
Off rip.
That's my favorite thing about that is that's just the fact that Luffy, he's so.
Yeah.